Welcome back, Duelist. Casual Duelist here. And this is part 4 of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So, in the first 3 parts, we give you all of the basics on how to play the main game, and we put it all together for you. Now, let's teach you how to play Speed Duels since you already have the basics. So, first things first. Instead of playing with 8,000 life points, you're now going to play with 4,000 at the start. Instead of a 5-card opening hand, players start with 4. And again, if you go first, if you are the first person to play, you do not gain any additional cards. Now, all the card types are the same, except the only card type we have in the extra deck anymore will be fusion monsters. This is a callback to how the original game was way back in the day. And so far, that's the way this has been played. As far as the field size, we reduced the back row and the front row monster zones to a 3x2. So now you can only have 3 monsters instead of 5, and again 3 spell traps instead of 5. You still have a field zone. You still have the spot for your extra deck. You still have your deck and of course your discard pile in front of it. One thing that we are going to add is we are going to add these funny little 2-sided cards called skill cards. Now, this is an excellent way for you to want to be able to build up your deck. Generally, and again, we're going to see just this portion of the card at the beginning of the game. And it'll say, of course, usually flip this over whenever it would be activated. Some of them count as field spells in the early game of Speed Duels. And so they will actually say flip over at the start of the game. There's one, it's Call of the Haunted from Bones. And it actually tells you on the card, like you actually start with 1 less card in your hand. So it'll be a 3-card opening hand for that one. And the card starts set in your back row. And again, in order to activate the skills, we just got to follow the rules for them. And in this case, it's my Thousand Eyes spell. Just because I also have like a random casual version of this deck that I carry around at all times too. All the monster cards are fairly much the same. A good majority are very recognizable at a quick glance. Another thing that you will notice is the monsters in Speed Duel will need to say Speed Duel here, unless they were released in the first wave of structure decks, at which point they won't. At that point, you just need to be not in a sleeve to be able to see that Speed Duel watermark. That little watermark in the text box will be on any card that's allowed in Speed Duel. If you do make the investment to play these cards are playable in the master game that we've already covered, but not the other way around. So there is that. Other than that, everything is going to be pretty much the same. We do have to talk about deck size. And in the original game, a 40 to 60 card deck is the legal sizes. In Speed Duel, it is 20 to 30. And this is not counting your skill card. The skill card is entirely separate. Your extra deck can contain up to 6 cards in there. And again, your side deck, instead of being able to contain 15, is additionally that can also be 6. Another fun thing that you can do in Speed Duels is you can side deck other skills. You don't have to play just the one skill that you started out with. And it's, again, depending on the deck and its build, you'd be able to go from, I don't know, like an inter-conflict machines to a spell-proof armor machines in a 6-card swap. And again, when you side deck out, everything has to be a 1-for-1 trade. So if I take out a skill, I need to put a skill in. If I take out a card from my main deck, I need to put one from my main deck in. And then if I take one out of the extra deck, one of my fusions, and I want to replace him, then I have to give a card to that portion of the deck. Outside of that, there's not too much. It's half the hit points, half the deck size, 3/5 of the field, and a little bit of sanctioned cheating using these skill cards. And again, there's quite a handful of them already out. Again, the newest expansion for this was Battle City, and for about $30, you got the entire set. It wasn't that you buy packs and hope to get the stuff. You get a complete set every time you buy that. So makes it very easy to get up and stay up on the cards for Speed Duel. I do hope that this helped. Of course, if you started with this video, please reference the first 3 how-tos. And again, as I see things that need maybe more explanation in the game, I will add to this little mini-series of sorts. And I hope this has helped somebody. And it's the whole point, is just to help somebody else enjoy the game that a lot of us just play without really thinking about how hard it was for us to learn. You guys have a great day. I'm going to go work on some real deck lists now, and on release of this, I'm still waiting for that ban list. So, hopefully we get that here shortly. You guys have an excellent day, and I'll see you later. Peace.